Hello and welcome to a very special Warhammer Wednesday. This week's video will be all about the recent Horus Heresy weekender that I attended on the 2nd and 3rd of February 2019. It was my first weekender. I do have a review coming tomorrow, so stay tuned to the channel for that. What I'm going to do is just go through all of the photos that you can see and just talk about the footage that I took. So straight away you can see this beautiful kind of diorama. It will be a full set piece from Cygnus Prime at Warhammer World in Nottingham once it's complete. Of course, as you can see, it's got Sanguinius there, and it also has the Chapter Master Rolderon there. You'll see him in another part of this video later on when I show you the full diorama. Let me start off with Saturday morning. There was a Necromunda seminar. I only actually took a couple of pictures. The first one was of a squat. I put that on Instagram straight away. Ragnir Gunstein, the squat ammo jack. He's pretty cool. Got this grenade launcher type shotgun thing. I think it's a shotgun, and he's got these ammo packs, so he brings his own ammo. So that's a new model from Forge World for Necromunda. Then there were these Dome Runner and Ammo Jack, these other two characters for Necromunda. They look really, really cool. Then there was a Horus Heresy new models seminar. I think that was in the afternoon, and they showed many White Scars models. So you've got the White Scars Legion Praetor, and then a White Scars Legion Praetor in Cataphracti armour with an eagle, it looks like, or a bird of prey. Here is a White Scars Legion Contemptor Dreadnought. Looks awesome. They mentioned something about it's an ill omen if they take to the battlefield. There's this White Scars Legion Leviathan Dreadnought. Again, very, very cool looking. And then the ice hockey team, the White Scars Legion Ebon Keshig Terminators, all with these kind of bladed weapons. Then they showed this really awesome modified land speeder. There's cheeky little Mark Bedford there on the left hand side. You've got this ridiculous assault cannon on the front, nose mounted. You've got dual auto cannons, and then you've got missile launchers right near their heads as well. Pretty cool. Hope other legions get something like that. Then we go on to Blood Angels, and you've got this Chapter Master Ralderon, really cool looking model, and this scenic base. I think he'll be quite popular. Then they busted open the news, and they basically put a jump pack class dreadnought with you see those talons. So that Contemptor Dreadnought, I think it can move 12 inches and assault 12 inches in the same time, something like that. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, I thought that looked pretty cool. Then they showed this Mechanicum Acastus Knight Asterius. No doubt we'll get rules for that in book 9, I want to say, with Dark Mechanicum. But that's just your Acastus Knight, but with these massive conversion beamer type weapons, which get more powerful the further away something is. That's it's the opposite of melter weapons essentially. And there's close-ups of the vehicle as well. You've got the Volkite weapons, point defense weapons. Then they showed these amazing new Warlord Titan weapons, the Macro Gatling Blaster and the Mori Quake Cannon. So they're taking the Mori Quake Cannon from the Nemesis Warbringer and put it as a arm weapon. Yes, this is for Horus Heresy, so this is for 28mm scale or whatever you want to call it, not Adeptus Titanicus. And guess what? You're also getting those for Adeptus Titanicus. More on that a little bit later. And there are more weapons coming up in this video. Then they mentioned that book 4 and book 6 are coming out in softcover. I think if they're going to do all the other books, they'll bring those out in softcover. I'd like to know the prices of them, whether they're going to be half price at like £30 or £40. And I would bet that they're going to be about £30 or £40, those books. Adeptus Titanicus then, there's a new Civitas Imperialis sprues, modular towers, spires and other structures. They look really cool. And then you've got a full Administratum Sector as well. So nice new scenery for Adeptus Titanicus. The next book after Titan Death will be the Doom of Moloch, and I think it focuses mainly on knights as well. Maybe there's a Warbringer in there. We don't know yet, but that's the next book. I think you can take a full army of knights rather than having to have a proper Titan in there. So that sounds pretty good. I look forward to that. And then there's Legio special rules for Crucius, Fortidus, Vulcanum, and Interfector. The Grandmaster Edition, yes, it's coming back finally. It's up to you if you still want to rush out and buy the battle group. It's £100 and you get a Warlord Titan, a Reaver and 2 Warhounds. I think you're getting the Reaver for free, I think, if you work it out that way. But yeah, they're bringing this back, and it's going to be limited stock again, and then this is it. That's it. They specifically said after this, they're not going to make any more. You won't be able to get this set again. So keep your eyes peeled for that, because that will sell very quickly like it did in the summer. Then they announced some more weapons. So the Warlord Titan Mori Quake Cannon. I showed you that on the larger scale, but it's coming to Adeptus Titanicus too. The Macro Gatling Cannon for the Warlord. And then some new Carapace mounted weapons for the Warlord. Now, I think this is also going to come out for Horus Heresy. Now that they've got their Gatling blasters, sculpted and things, it won't be that long. So you could have 2 macro Gatling blasters on the Carapace, 2 macro Gatling cannons on your arms, and then you've got such a serious Dakar Warlord. I can't wait to see it, in the 40k in the Horus Heresy. Reavers though, this was a dream come true for me. Finally, Carapace Vulcan Mega Bolter. I've been wanting one of these for years and years and years. More weapons for your Reaver Titan. I think this is definitely going to come out for 40k and Horus Heresy. It's just a matter of time. It's great that they've built this sculpt now. They've already done the turbo laser destructors on for Titanicus, so that'll be coming out for Reavers at some point. And then finally, look at that Carapace Warp Missile Rack. I like the fact that they've modelled that and they put the armour around the sides. It carries this warp missile. It's basically a delete button. It sounds really, really cool, and it's just awesome that you get a Reaver Titan with one of these warp missiles. Okay, that was all the seminars. That was just the pictures I took. I didn't take many other pictures. I could have taken some of Malevolence and Beyond. There's plenty of videos and pictures out there of that seminar, even from Games Workshop themselves on the community website. If you want to go elsewhere to check those out, you can do, but I actually found that seminar a little bit boring compared to the Titanicus and the new Horus Heresy model seminars, but I did find the Dark Angels stuff a bit more interesting. Okay, moving on. This is like a picture of the full diorama almost. This is just a snapshot of the diorama, the Blood Angel Cygnus Prime diorama. As you can see there's 3 Mastodon heavy transports. There's about 3 or 4 Land Raiders, many Sicarans, Dreadnoughts, Terminators. Right here you can see Rolderon, just there. We'll just zoom in. There he is. They didn't have him on the first day, on the Saturday, but on the Sunday they had put him out, so that's pretty cool. So they've all just jumped out the Mastodon to fight these Chaos and these Khorne and Slaanesh creatures, which I think are from the realm of Chaos actually, which is pretty good. Here was another view of the side. You've got some land speeders there, and you've got some artillery and some destroyers. Quite a few destroyers, a Dreadnought, and some more Sicaran tanks. I think they're Scorpiuses, with those missile racks. So you've got 3 of those, and some Medusas, and a Basilisk, and a ridiculous Typhon tank, which is crazy. There's a bit of a close-up of the destroyers, heavy bolters. There's the console there. That's another good shot of you got 2 Spartan Land Raiders and the Mastodons. Really cool. And then here's from the picture from the start with Sanguinius swooping down. Makes a lot of sense where you put him on the battlefield like that, as he's plunging down into some demons of Khorne. And then I took some pictures in that same room of some of the studio painted models. So here's just a selection of some of the Alpha Legion, Iron Warriors, and Blood Angels. And some Space Wolves and Night Lords. And then this was cool, they made a little bar out of a shipping container for Necromunda. That's pretty cool. And then this was the new scenery for Adeptus Titanicus. Really, really cool, the big buildings you can create with the pieces. This is a picture of the Dreadnought Drop Pod. Unfortunately, they're sold out on the Friday, so I couldn't even get one. If I did, I would have done a video of it already for you guys. A few more pictures, and Darren opened it up for me, and there you can see the differences with the old one. I'm pleased that they finally redid this one. Really, really cool. £65 if you were wondering. And then we move on to some of the newer models. So on the left you've got so they're pretty much all new. You've got on the left the Night Lords, in the middle you've got Rolderon, and then you've got White Scars, Leviathan, Dreadnought on the right, and then to the far right you've got the Death Swarm for the Space Wolves. There's a picture of Rolderon, and there he is painted. They're the new Blood Angels, Cataphracti Terminators, the Paladins. There's the Death Swarm. Really cool models. I think they are, I want to say £40 for 5. I think. Really cool though. Much better than the other Space Wolf models that they released a while ago. I think the story was that they rushed the earlier Space Wolf models, which is a bit of a shame, but they've had a lot more time with these ones. There's some Night Lords, the Praetor and the Praetor in Terminator armour, and the Leviathan at the back. There's another picture of the Leviathan for White Scars. And then this awesome land speeder. Really, really cool land speeder, with that assault cannon and the auto cannons. Bit of a close up. And then just for fun, White Scar model. I think that's the Praetor in just normal power armour. And then there's the one in Cataphracti armour with the eagle. And there they are all painted. Incredible. Nice that you get a different helmet for the Praetor. There they all are next to the drill. Stunning paint job. Have to say, Leaky Cheese, who's also on YouTube, he bought one of these, so I would suggest you go and subscribe to his channel, and then you'll be able to see his unboxing, and he'll probably do a build guide, or he'll definitely do a review and things of it. So I would suggest you do that if you want to see more content on it. Just some more pictures there of the drill and of the Contemptor. That's just a picture of some of the Imperial Fists, along with the Dreadnought Drop Pod that they're sprayed. And then this awesome new Mechanica Macastus Knight with those massive conversion beamers. And the missile rack on the back, and also the Volkite weapons. I wanted to take some pictures of close-up of Sanguinius unpainted, and when I saw that, it did make sense, and it's a stunning model, and I can't wait to get to building. And then I took a few pictures of the Venatari. Again, lovely models. They'll feature on the channel as soon as I've built them. I'll do a full review of them too. Then I took some pictures of the Necromunda gangs and the hired guns and the bounty hunters. Really cool looking models. I like how they've fleshed out the range so much, and they said that there's a lot more to come, especially with the scenery too. We haven't seen anything yet, and you know, if the ambles are anything to go by, then yeah, I think we've got some good stuff coming. Took a little picture of the squat close up. So cool. There's the ambots. You get 2 in a pack. You'll be able to use them in Necromunda. And then this is the Psyhound Hunter. Really strange, weird looking model. But it just hunts out people. It's a psyker, hunts out people that owe money. And this bounty hunter does the same. And then you've got another psyker bounty hunter, along with the rats, the bomb rats, which I found was very funny. It's bizarre that they're making models like this. There would be a time when I don't think they would have, for whatever reason, been allowed to make these models, but they have done. And then to finish off, I thought I'd show you some Titans. So here is the Nemesis Warbringer Titan. I haven't even started mine, so I'm going to try and get some videos out of it soon. There's just so much that I've been building and creating and all the rest of it. So thank you for your patience. You will be seeing videos of it soon. I'm sort of holding out for new heads for it, but there we go. And then the Warlord Titan. It looks like the head is smaller than it should be. But still a fantastic model, very impressive, very imposing. And I thought I'd just show you some Adeptus Titanicus models too, and there's some examples of the new weapons, the Mori Quake Cannon and the Macro Gatling Cannon in resin form that Forge World are doing, which I thought that they would. I thought that Forge World would be making resin models for the range and weapons. And there you go, that is the end of my coverage of the Horus Heresy Weekender 2019. I look forward to the next event. That'll probably be the Warhammer Fest for me, which it takes place in May, I think it is. So looking forward to that. I'll try and get there. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you Patreons and subscribers, everybody that watches the videos, that leaves the comments, that likes them. I really can't thank you enough. You help motivate me to continue to do what I love doing, going to these events, recording the footage, and just making videos for you every single day. I can't thank you enough. Anyway, enough gushing from me. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.